Hi everyone, this is Ramalinga Prasad Kuppa. Welcome to my channel Pharma World. Today's topic is how to face an audit or inspection. Part 1. This is for production related issues. What is an audit or inspection? It is an activity to check the compliance levels to the GMP in manufacturing. Audit or inspection process is a systematic, structured way of checking the operations of pharmaceutical manufacturing. One or more auditors will audit the operations. Sometimes a team also may come for inspection. It depends on the criticality of the operations and the time required. There is a possibility of two types of inspections happen. The two types of audits mostly depend on the manufacturer, depending upon the attitude, progress of the audit process, and honesty of the manufacturer. Audit type may vary. What are the two types? One is a fact-finding inspection, which is correct way of inspection. The actual required type should be fact-finding inspection. In this, the system is checked against the compliance to GMP requirements. During inspection or audit, if there are any non-conformances to comply to the system, the auditor records as deficiency or non-conformity which needs to be corrected as required by the guideline. The other is fault finding inspection. The fault finding strategy is adopted when there is a suspicion on the transparency of the manufacturer and compliance. If the manufacturer hides the information or misleads the inspector may get suspicious on the intentions of the manufacturer. Then the inspector starts suspecting everything and starts fault finding everywhere. So it is important that the inspector should feel a sense of confidence and openness on the attitude of the manufacturer. Successful completion of inspection is a well networked, well managed event management. Audit is an event management to project that the manufacturer follows necessary GMP requirements on routine basis and there is no risk to the product quality and patient safety. This happens only when all functions across the organization work in a good network in a systematic way. This is the first and most important factor for a successful audit closeout. As a first step of preparation for audit, let us look into the hardware part of the audit. Keep everything in its place and have a place for everything. Never keep the workplace untidy with all materials strewn around in a chaotic way. Keep everything in its place. Obviously, you need a defined space for everything. Each item used in the manufacturing should be identified and located in its place always. Identify all equipment, accessories, clearly status identified. Give unique identification numbers for all equipment, ancillary equipment, supporting equipment, tools, etc. Keep the production areas and surrounding areas clean and tidy. Keep the areas dry also. A dry look gives better aesthetic look. Keep all pathways free from any obstructions. Keep all the pathways, particularly the paths to the safety appliances, should be free from any obstacles. Though the safety equipment may take one step behind GMP operations, but of course not ignored. It clearly reflects the attitude of the organization on safety of the manufacturing site. Keep the other areas like cloakrooms, washrooms, and dining halls clean and dry. These areas where man movement is high should be dry always. Never post a person to wipe it dry always. Make the system in such a way that it is maintained dry always. Keep the scrap area, if existing, also arranged and each scrap material identified. Even the scrap storage area should be maintained with proper identification if it is located at site. Wear appropriate clean clothing suitable for the operation. Appropriate clean clothing as required should be worn. The clothing should be washed with the aim to see that it is always clean. Mostly clean area clothing is white and should be washed more frequently as the clean rooms are used for final product isolation. Contamination of the product at this stage is serious. Sterilization of clean area clothing is also done in certain cases where the final product is sensitive for microbial growth. You should have detailed laundry procedures for this. Where necessary personal protective equipment PPEs. So necessary PPEs like helmet, a hard hat, shoes, hand gloves, nose mask or face mask, etc. must be worn as a routine practice. Never use brand new PPEs or clothing. It should appear as a routine operation in a clean atmosphere in a clean attire. Wear clean PPE. Never wear brand new helmet or shoes. It appears as if you are wearing just for the inspection and not as a regular practice. These kind of smaller things can impact the mindset of the inspector for routine operations. Fresh painting of the manufacturing areas should be avoided. Keep the facility clean. That's all. Many try to paint the entire facility with fresh coat of paint just before the audit. Clean up the area free from dirt or stains. Patch-up work may be done if any part of the area is not presentable reasonably. The site should be projected as a routine manufacturing site and not a showroom for the purpose of the inspection or audit. This is the important point. The facility should look presentable and not new. Even if you make the facility look totally new with good appeal, auditors will give you only 20 marks out of a target of 100 marks of the entire audit. Remaining 80 marks are given for the practices and the GMP compliant documentation to convince the auditors fully. Let us move forward on the step 2 of the audit preparation, the software. Keep the controlled copy of the SOPs related to that area operations easily accessible. The SOPs should be current and valid. Now that we have addressed the hardware part of the inspection, let us prepare for the practices part, which is the software and is more important. We will focus on production related issues in this video. Keep a valid copy of the SOPs for operations relevant to that area. Make sure that only the current valid SOP is filed and never keep the earlier version in the same file. Keep the relevant batch record, that is BPR, which is under process, updated on real time. Keep the batch record in a sheet protector on a clip pad so that it will not get soiled by accidental spillages. The sheet protector should be easy to pull out the batch record for recording and push it back in the sheet protector after recording the necessary data online. Make all the in-process test slips from IPQC or QC available for reference. So keep all the in-process test result slips easily accessible for any quick reference. Keep the equipment logbooks updated on real time available at workplace for reference. Update the equipment logs till the process is complete updated. Keep necessary toolbox required for routine operation. Keep the toolbox neatly at the workplace as needed. Let us look into the personal traits that are required for facing the audit. Behave confidently. Respond to the query only after the inspector completes the question. This is important first step. Never be in a hurry to respond to the auditor before listening to the query completely. Be confident on your responsibility for the operation and respond correctly. If you want to be confident, you should have adequate knowledge on the operations in your area. So be knowledgeable fully. You don't have to by heart the SOP, but you should know fully what is prescribed in the SOP. You should know what is in the SOP and the correct sequence of operations. You don't have to by heart the SOP like a mathematical table from 1 to 20. Use correct and confident body language. Correct body language gives many marks. Auditor should feel confident that you are the right person who can operate the particular step of the process effectively and efficiently. Operate the equipment exactly as described in the SOP. Auditor may check the content of the SOP while you operate the equipment. You have to ensure that you operate exactly as written in the procedure. Never volunteer information to the inspector or auditor. Don't give any over smart answers to show off your intelligence. Look like an ordinary docile person. Never show off. Give adequate information of the query. Never give additional information that may lead to another query. Respond to the query to the extent of requirement only. For example, if the auditor asks you, do you have SOP for this operation? Your answer should be yes, that's all. If he asks to explain the procedure, do so. If he says, can you please show me the SOP? Then only you have to submit the particular SOP only. Never give the entire bunch of SOPs of that area to the auditor. If the query is not clear, request the inspector auditor to repeat the query. Never hurry to answer the query. You can ask repeatedly a couple of times if the query is not clear. Don't give irrelevant answers. Take help from the supervisor if still not able to understand the intent of the query. Still the query is not clear. You can take support of your supervisor. Speak in the same language the inspector or auditor speaks or understands. This is important. Try to talk in the language the auditor understands. Never use language that is not known to the auditor. He may suspect the intention of speaking in another language. Keep eye contact while responding to the inspector or auditor. So you have to look into his eyes and answer. Never use suspicious body language, including shouting or talking in a loud voice with an intention to misguide the inspector or auditor. So even your body language will reflect your integrity. Let us look into the documentation part. Arrange all relevant documents for the audit in an indexed fashion to retrieve at reasonable time. By now, the attitude of the production personnel will be known clearly. If you are successful till now, you are through up to 50% of the inspection. Now let us see how to satisfy the auditor on GMP documentation. Arrange all the required documents indexed and easily retrievable for submission for review. Let a responsible person review the requested documents by the inspector or auditor for relevance and completion. Set the documents on a table closer to the place where the documentation review is under progress. Keep one responsible person to check and review the requested document for completion and ensure that the correct document is submitted for review. Check whether or not all signatures are done and the data is presentable. Let someone record the data of the requested document with the details of for review, photocopy provided to the inspector. So let another person responsible to record these details. This is important to track the audit process. Always stamp with confidential and uncontrolled on the copies provided to the inspector. This arrangement is required for keeping the data confidential and not to be shared with others. File a copy of all documents provided to the inspector or auditor for future reference. Make a full file of the audit process for future reference and to develop a strategy to handle the inspections successfully. Let us look into other important points for a successful closeout of the audit. Inspectors are well-trained, skilled warriors. They fight with the help of ammunition called guidelines. Other important points to note are as follows. They are trained soldiers, fight with the support of guidelines. So you have to equip yourself with the same ammunition, the guidelines. You should face them with a well-knit strategy. Their job is to check for compliance to GMP. Have a good and strong strategy on how the compliance to GMP could be projected successfully. Assume that they are strong. Always face them with high strength. Shield their punches and respond correctly. Never react. Response is different from reaction. The response will be fitting reply to the punch. Reaction will be make submission to the auditor. You can argue on a strong point in a polite and firm stand. You don't lose if you argue positively on the point. So if there is a strong point from your side, you can definitely project to your favor. But let it be in a professional way. Treat them like a person who tests your integrity. Your confidence and focus will definitely win over them. If you are integrate, sincere, honest, you are sure to win. Do not answer the query for which you are not authorized or when not in your scope. Politely direct them to the right person to respond. Never be over smart. If it is not within your scope, don't answer them. Instead, direct them to the correct person who owns the activity. Let us see some more important routine practices at your site with respect to the visitors. Ask them to wear necessary PPEs wherever necessary. Never compromise. This reflects your routine practice. If there is a requirement to wear PPEs, say firmly to the inspector, no compromise on safety. This will reflect your commitment on compliance to safety precautions, and there is no concession for anyone else, and it is obligatory to wear PPE. If there is a policy not to allow carrying mobile phones, say so politely to the inspector. Since most of the pharmaceutical manufacturers use flammable solvents in the process, you may prefer to tell them to switch off their phones during the plant tour. If there is a policy not to allow photographing sensitive confidential areas, say so. You may have sensitive confidential areas. Tell the inspectors so when they start on a plant tour. If you permit to take some general outside pictures, it may be okay. Never stare at the inspectors with curiosity. Be on your job. Politely respond briefly if they greet you. This is important. We have curiosity to stare at the inspectors during the inspection process. Never do that. Be on your job and respond with a hello if warranted, or if the auditor greets you looking at you during the tour. In step 3, let us see how the audit closeout can be. There may be a brief wrap up at the end of the day. Try to close out all adverse observations that could be corrected immediately and offer to show on the next day at the convenient time of the inspector. By now we know the outcome of the audit. During everyday briefing at the end of the day, there may be some points appear to be non-conformities. Try to address with all compliance to necessary GMP conditions like initiating a deviation, closing out by a change control, etc., and submit on the next day as a part of quick action on the addressing the non-conformity. This would give a positive sign on the inspector and he may appreciate your compliance. Sometimes the inspector may not acknowledge, but you don't lose anything. You may request the agenda for the next day of inspection. They may follow the agenda or not. You don't lose anything. You can prepare for the inspection on the next day. The next day agenda would help you to check whether or not everything is okay for the next day inspection. Let a smart scribe be present during wrap-up session to record all the observations. However, it is recommended that all the key participants may also note the points of observations of the inspector. It is a good idea to keep a smart and fast responding scribe to record all the proceedings of the audit and compare with the points noted by others during the audit. After the reading out of the observations, you may clarify politely but firmly on certain non-conformities which you feel that it was not presented properly to the inspector. You can try to convince on some points. If you feel technically correct and could not be presented during the audit process. But don't prolong too much on discussion. This may lead to newer problems. The inspector may accept your point of view or may not, but you don't lose anything. You can also request the approximate time for final report and time given for response. So you can ask them the time limits for the report and time given for providing the response with CAPA. After the inspector goes out, have an internal meeting immediately and discuss on strategy for addressing the non-conformities, if any. So finally, have an internal meeting immediately to check out the strategy for addressing the non-conformances, if any. I hope that this strategy is understood well. This will definitely work well with all the inspections. Let it be a customer audit inspection or a regulatory inspection. This video is restricted to production operations only. Other areas of QC, QA, warehouse, HR, procurement, marketing will be covered in coming up videos. Thanks for watching. For more videos, please do subscribe, like and share. Thank you.